Hi everybody, Tom Cherryholmes here with the FujiNet project, and I wanted to do a quick video in response to a number of people who have now asked me the same question. Adventure International wrote a game in 1981 called Commbat with two M's. Will it work with FujiNet? The short answer is yes, it will work with FujiNet. Because the FujiNet actually emulates a Wi-Fi modem and exposes it directly as an Atari 850 compatible interface over the R device, Commbat will actually work. I'm going to do a quick demonstration. Even though I don't have the manual for this game, I want to show that this will actually work. We have here a setup here, FujiNet on the left, and I have a copy of Altera on the right here, just to show that it can work even in Altera, because Altera also has a built-in modem. Now, because I'm using an XEGS, and this game actually requires the OSB operating system, you need to use Translator. So put it in slot 1 if you have an XEGS or XL, XE, whatever. And put Commbat in slot 2. You can get a copy of Commbat over on Atari Apps in the Games folder. Just put it in slot 2 here. And once you're ready, you can basically boot into it. Now, because I'm having to run Translator, we have to take and boot through the Translator process. Translator will load a copy of OSB and boot the system in this mode, effectively making it an Atari 800 with 48K of memory. I will press the disk swap button on the FujiNet, and seeing that the light has blinked, it indicated that the disk has been rotated, so I press select. Now, this particular version of Commbat has been put onto a DOS2 disk with the 850 handler ready to go. Should you wish to make your own, you will need to make a DOS disk, you will need to put the 850 handler on it, and you will need to put Commbat on it. You can append Commbat onto the end of autorun.sys if you need to make everything automatic. And here we go, we see the two displays here ready to go. And we'll say that we want to go into game mode on both of these. And this game was designed when 1200 baud was considered the fastest speed, but for sake of reliability, we're going to go ahead and put 300 baud here. And we will go into terminal mode. And we're going to do the same thing over here in the Altera window. May have to reboot here. Input baud rate 300. Terminal mode, yes. Now we're in terminal mode, and if we hit AT, we can see that our modems are actually functioning as intended. Now, for the sake of setting this up, you need to call, one person needs to call the other person. In this case, we're going to have the FujiNet be the answering modem. And I'm going to use, sorry about that, the AT port command and give a port of 6502. You can use any port that you wish. But if you wish to play with somebody else on the internet and you are most likely behind a firewall, you will need to forward this TCP port out to your firewall so that the other person can connect in and connect to your FujiNet. See, now that we have that working, we'll go ahead and dial on Altera side the FujiNet. Now I've reset the host name on my FujiNet to XEGS. You can use the web admin to do this. Done. return. And we'll see in just a moment, we get a ring, and we answer, and here we go. We are now both connected. And you can see that as I type out bits and pieces, they will take and show up on the other side, showing that we are indeed connected. Ready to go. This, we can go ahead and press the caret key to go back to the game. And this is a shift 6. Okay, PC keyboard mapping differences. Now at this point, input, password, return. I don't know what to do here. You can basically just hit return here. It doesn't matter. And you can finally do a return for CommCheck on both. And you can see that now both have actually changed their status displays, and they're both asking to load a saved game. No, we won't load a saved game. No, we will not load a saved game. Both users have to do this at the same time, and then you set a base coordinate. Now for base coordinates, we'll say base number 1, and we'll put it at 11, 10. Now notice right here, it says x, y. That's a decoy. Don't mess with the commas. Once we do that, 1, and we'll put this at 2020, or 1, let's say, something like that. Okay, so now we're here, and if we actually start moving around now, we can actually start bouncing around using the stars and etc. And we can start to see that we're moving around. And if I actually take and now go to that coordinate over there, let's go here. So let me go back a little bit and see if I can find the other guy. Oop. So we can start to see some stuff starting to show up here. So yeah, you can see that this is actually working, and we can do things like send messages. And so on. So maybe it works a bit better at higher baud rates, who knows? But if we can figure out how to play it, then great. The documentation and the user interface is not the greatest. But you can see right here, even at this point, that the game works just fine. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and drop this right here, leave this video. And as always, until next time, fellas, have fun.